Hello, everyone. This is the Reverend, and I am hoping that you are having an excellent day today. Well, as always, let's get into things. Hello, everybody. Well, today we're going to talk about Nephilim and demons, and a little bit about Aleister Crowley, the founder of modern Satanism. Let's get straight into Crowley. He intentionally picked his name so his name would add up to 666 when using the numeric values of, I know Hebrew and Arabic, but I can't remember the other language. I apologize for that, but, no big deal. But here's another thing. He had a demonic spirit guide. If you take the picture he drew of what his spirit guide looked like and set it beside a photo of an artistic representation of a gray alien, they're identical. They're the same creature. In my opinion, the grays are demons. Of course, there are other forms that demons may or may not take. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, why do they take so many forms? Well, demons aren't angels. Everybody thinks demons are just fallen angels, but that isn't the case. A demon is what happens when an angel sees a human woman and is like, man, that looks good. I want to stick my dick in that. Well, they have sex and they have a child. And that child is what is known as a Nephilim. Now, that child can have children 4 times with another human until that person is classified as a human again. 5 generations in total before the angelic DNA is diluted enough for the person to be a human and for the person to not be cursed. You see, only humans have a triune body. We have a spirit and a soul and a body. Angels don't. They have 2 of those. They have a spirit and a body. They don't have a soul like we do. Nephilim don't have souls. They have a spirit and a body. When they die, their spirit becomes a demon. It's not their fault that they were born that way. But they are born that way. They're born without a soul because they are not human. And that is the fault of the angel. Now, Nephilim hate humans because of the fact that they can never be us. And demons hate humans because they can never be us. A demon hates humans because of the simple fact that they have no choice. They don't go to heaven. They don't go to hell either, actually. They stay on the earth and wander to and fro until the day of judgment. Now, there is a kind of a screen that blocks you from demonic sight if you are a follower of Christ. If you love the Lord and are a follower of God, there's this veil that kind of blurs the vision of a demon, so they don't affect you quite as badly. But there are things that you can do to make that vision clearer. If you have active sins in your life, it becomes a little clearer. If you're actively blaspheming God, it becomes a little clearer. Just a lot of things will make that vision of theirs clear. And the clearer they can see you, the more they can affect your life. Now, you still have authority over them as a Christian. But you need to make sure you're right with God before you step up to a demon. But here's the thing. Personally, I think Bigfoot is a Nephilim. Now, let me tell you why. Goliath and his brother were described as very hairy men. Okay, yeah, that's Bigfoot right there. They're also described as giants. A small Bigfoot, like a runt, is more than 6 feet tall. And that would be like a 4-foot human. But a big one, I've heard descriptions of 12 and 13 feet tall. Now, there are also the red-haired giants. Do I believe these are two completely separate things? No. I just believe that the angelic DNA expresses itself differently sometimes. Some people look more like some Nephilim look more like a Bigfoot, some Nephilim look more like a red-haired giant. Some Nephilim have the enlarged heads that people are finding, and those deformed heads and skulls. The Star Child skull, that would probably be a child Nephilim. Now, I do not think it was a first generation. Here's my reasoning. It was sacrificed. And they wouldn't do that with a first generation. If your God came down and had sex with you and got you pregnant, you're not sacrificing that baby. You're keeping it. And that's what angels often did. They posed as gods. And that's really where we get our legends of demigods, in my opinion. Demigods were the children of angels. They were Nephilim. And as Nephilim, they had unusual abilities sometimes. That angelic DNA and the angelic abilities, the inherited spirit, really can do some interesting things. I've heard stories, now I can't verify them, but I've heard stories of people who claim to be modern-day demigods in certain places in Africa that have unusual abilities. One I heard of was able to electrocute people by touch. Like, literally kill somebody by touching them. Now, these people live in such an area that you can't really get there very often. And it's really hard to verify. Would I love to be able to get there and verify whether it's true or not? Yes. I would love to. But I don't see that happening. It did occur supposedly in the Congo region of Africa, deep in the jungles. This tribe never had contact with Europeans, but they had some contact with tribes that contacted Europeans, so it was a secondary story. My questions are as follows, though. And these are questions. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on what you think the mixture of human and angel can do. But my thoughts are that when we hear about demigods and their unusual abilities, they just come from their angelic parents. Because angels had strange abilities beyond that of any human mortal. I mean, one angel killed every firstborn in the entirety of Egypt. That's impressive. In one night. You didn't have that blood on top of your door, your firstborn was dead. But just kind of give me your thoughts. This was just a little bit of a kind of a ramble to get my thoughts on the subject out. I hope you enjoyed it. God bless.